What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with a review for Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. This is season 11, right, you guys? Is this season 11? Season 11, episode 15, titled The Dinner Party from Hell, Part 2. The original Dinner Party from Hell. Do you guys remember that one? Alright, guys, so before we get into this review, do me a favor, you guys. If you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and are not yet subscribed to the channel, and I need you guys to do me a solid favor. I need you guys to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell button, hit all the buttons on the channel, light them up, light them up, light them up, light them up. Alright, guys, so without further ado, let's go ahead and discuss the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, shall we? Alright, you guys, so this episode, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, these ladies pissed me off in this episode. They pissed me off. But let's talk about it nonetheless, right? So we're gonna start up with Doritos. I could have done without this scene with Doritos. So you guys remember, Doritos is doing the she's doing the what is she doing? What is she doing? What is she doing? Oh, the wedding dresses. I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. Those wedding dresses, they were I'm gonna be honest, they were cute. I did like them, but they really didn't give me they didn't really give wedding dress vibes. They gave maybe cocktail dress, you know, a prom dress. They didn't really give wedding dress to me. My personal opinion. You guys can let me know what you guys feel about them as well. So then, you know, her and PK are naming the dresses. Whatever. So then they discuss somehow, I don't know how the subject of Erica came up, because they talked about cheating. They talked about what could, you know, oh, they were talking about with the dresses. I guess PK's talking about what's considered bad luck. You know, seeing the bride in a dress before the wedding is seeing a bride in her dress, or seeing a bride the day before the wedding is bad luck. But bad luck in the marriage is basically between you two, no outside forces, right? So then they talk about cheating. That segues into them talking about Erica, right? Then that segues into, you know, the fact that Erica doesn't really air her dirty laundry out. I'm like, okay, whatever, Doritos. I'm gonna let you speak. And then she says, "See, Garcelle, you know, you talk about I could take over conversations, but look at PK here. You know, I do that because at home I don't really get to talk." Well, girl, that is your problem. Tell PK to shut his fucking mouth sometimes, and you shut yours. It works both ways. Ha! Let's move on. That's all I can give to Doritos. Alright, guys, so Sutton. We see Sutton and Kyle. So Sutton and Kyle go to her new house, right? And her new house. It doesn't look, I mean, it looks like that house is a lot of more renovations, right? That house is nowhere near ready to be lived in. It ain't even a fourth. I mean, there are no walls. There is nothing. But hey, you know, I'm pretty sure once the house is finished, it'll be beautiful, right? So that's that, right? So then, you know, they go outside and they have a conversation with each other, and they discuss Kyle and Mauricio's 25th wedding anniversary and what they're going to do, right? So Kyle tells her it's just going to be she and Mauricio, no kids. And then they also discuss Rena's beauty party and how, you know, that she feel. So Sutton says with Erica, she's just basically, you know, using kid gloves with Erica. And I was like, okay. I mean, I can get it, because you didn't expect... Did she say her doo-doo fingernails? I get it. You didn't expect for Erica to have that big blow up, right? I get that. And I still feel some type of way about the, you know, the dinner party, right? The Rena beauty party, right? I still feel some type of way about it. Like, all the ladies have said something, right? They've all either said something in their interview, or they said something at Dorit's house. But then when y'all get around Erica, you guys are too chicken shit to say what the fuck you said. That's my issue with some of these ladies. More specifically, Dorit. Dorit has so much mouth, but now you ain't got jack diddly shit to say. And it's just like, girl, the fuck? Makes no sense. So Sutton felt a way about when Erica said that, you know, the little Miss Small Town thing. I'm like, was it that deep, Sutton? Because I mean, I wouldn't have got offended by that. But okay, if you got offended by Sutton, you got offended by it. But I just really didn't think it was that deep. The Little Miss Small Town comment. But hey, again, if you got offended by it, I'm not gonna sit here and say you shouldn't be offended. You got offended, so we're gonna let you have that. So she says that the next time she sees Erica, she wants to tell Erica how she really feels, and how she really feels is that she's not buying what Erica is selling. She believes that, Erica has been lying, which I will agree with her on that, right? I've been saying that for weeks, that I don't believe anything that Erica's saying. And the reason why I don't believe what Erica's saying is because I believe Erica, like Sutton said in one episode, in the episode a few episodes ago, right, when she said, have you and a lawyer sat down and talked about things, right? I definitely felt that's happened, that Erica and those lawyers have definitely sat down and had conversations about what to say and what not to say on camera. Did it work? No. Did it help? Absolutely not. And I think the thing is, Erica got tripped up in her own lies. Like I said before, when you tell a lie, you tell your first lie, but then you gotta tell another lie to cover up that lie. And if you don't remember what the first lie was, then the second lie is gonna be like, what's the truth? Which we've been questioning about that whole accident with Tom. What's the truth with that accident? We still don't know what the truth is. But let's move on, you guys. All right, guys, next let's talk about Crystal. So Crystal, she's having an intimate dinner, right? So she has Garcelle over, she has Erica over, and she has Kathy over, right? Kathy over. So she has dim sum, she has some other, she has duck, I believe. So she has different types of food to eat, right? So they all come over, right? So they all talk about they're recapping what happened at the party as well, right? And Erica says to Garcelle that she doesn't feel that things between she and Dorit are that bad to where they can't make up. Do I agree with her about that? Not really. I mean, I guess I will agree with her, right? The things that would happen at that table with Garcelle and Dorito, they weren't that bad. But the thing is, Dorito was throwing out a lot of microaggressions at Garcelle, right? Calling her a bully. Then the thing was, you were attacking me because you want people to be on your side about the whole situation that happened in where was it? Where La Quinta, when you full well knew that we've repeated this ad nauseum at this point, that Garcelle didn't hear Erica when she told Crystal she didn't want her to mention it. But then my thing, like I said in my review of that episode, if you didn't want to mention it, and if you don't want to mention it, why did you mention it in front of the camera? That's where I'm still stuck at with Erica. Why did you talk about it on camera in the first place? Like, once the cameras go down and you're de-mic'd and you're not in the cast house, once you're de-mic'd and once you're not with the cast, well, I mean, even if you are still with the cast, right? Once you're de-mic'd, that's the main thing. Once you are de-mic'd and production is gone, talk about whatever you want to talk about. Now, they have their own way of getting footage, but at least then you'd be like, well, damn, bitch, we were de-mic'd, production was gone, but y'all bitches still recorded that shit. That would be one thing to be upset about, right? That would be something to be upset about. That we talked about it off camera, and then you came on camera and discussed it. I would have understood that a lot more than what Erica flipped out about. I'm like, girl, you talked about it on camera, so the viewing public and any prosecutor would see that. But go on here, girl. Go on ahead. Speak your speech. Shout out to my friend Misha. Speak your speech. Now, they also did say that Doritos is very sensitive. Okay, I guess don't really give a shit. So then they, I'm over Erica. Now see, here's where I started to get pissed off with Erica, right? Because Erica has this whole woe is me bullshit mentality of her right now. This is my life and all this kind of stuff. It's like, but Erica, we're going to talk about it a little deeper in a few minutes. I'm not going to go too deep into it right now, right? But she has this woe is me mentality. and is really irritated and is really frustrated to see it. So then she calls Sutton judgmental because she says this is not the Sutton that she knows. Now, do I think Sutton is being judgmental? Absolutely not. And this is coming from someone who doesn't care for Sutton. But I don't believe Sutton is at all being judgmental. What I think Sutton is doing is being protective of herself. I think Sutton has a natural reaction to want to protect herself. Yes, you're my friend. We're friends. We're co-workers. But bitch, I ain't trying to go down on this sinking ship with you. This is not the Titanic. I am not going down with you. Like, no. I'm not calling Erica a bitch. I'm just saying bitch out loud. I'm not saying bitch about anybody. I'm just saying bitch out loud. So hell to the nah. I don't want to go on a sinking. This is not the Titanic, baby. No. 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 I'm not going down with you. You did it. Allegedly. Well, you didn't do it allegedly. Your husband did it allegedly. So no, I'm not going down with you. I'll be there to support you, but I'm not going down with you. Now, here's something that I did not necessarily 100% agree with, right? Because they're talking about Sutton's status in her country club, I guess in Augusta. So they start talking about who really knows who Sutton Stracke is. Once again, I'm not a Sutton Stracke fan, right? I'm not a Sutton Stracke fan. I don't like Sutton. I'm never going to like Sutton. You guys, that's it. Don't like her. I'm not going to like her. And I'm going to tell you guys the reason why I don't like Sutton, right? I think I've told you guys this plenty of times why I don't like Sutton. It's the Southern Belle. It's the whole Southern Belle thing. I don't like that. It rubs me as a black man, the Southern Belle thing rubs me the wrong way because I'm from the South. And when I think of a Southern Belle, I think of a rich white woman that looks down upon black people, think that we're beneath them. And I'm not saying that Sutton's a racist, but that's just what I've been around some women that are quote unquote Southern Belles, but are racist as the fuck. They look at black people as the hired help. Like, I've been around some of them before, and I don't like it. Don't like it. So yeah, that's where we are. What else? But yeah, I didn't particularly care for that comment. Now, was they said who was Sutton Stracke? Someone that I don't care for. That's all I'll say. But I'm glad that Garcelle, she's like, I'm Team Sutton, right? She is, she's like, I didn't even know, like Crystal. I didn't know who Crystal Minkoff was before. I didn't know who Crystal Minkoff was, but I knew who Robert was. So, okay. So we're gonna move on. Alright, you guys, next up, let's talk about Kyle and Mauricio. I guess I should have done them first, because it wasn't really much with Kyle and Mauricio. So Kyle and Mauricio, they're celebrating their 25th wedding anniversary. Mauricio decorated everything. It was beautiful. I thought, oh, come on, Mauricio. Then they showed those flashback pictures of Kyle and Mauricio. I'm like, well, damn. Look at Mauricio and Kyle. Mauricio has not really... Only thing about Mauricio is he's gotten fuller. And that beard, that's really it. Mauricio still looks the same from 25 years ago. Like, wow. So Kyle is talking to Mauricio. She's talking about how she never really expected to even be married 25 years, right? Because she never had, she never saw what a happy, healthy marriage was, or because her mother and her father were divorced, and then even after they got divorced, her mother was married 4 different times. I'm like, well, damn, your mama sound like Susan Lucci. Not Susan Lucci, actually. Erica Kane from All My Children, because Erica Kane was married 10 times, right? Well, she was married 10, because she married Jack twice. She married Adam Chandler. She married, who else did she marry? I think Erica was married 10 times, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was 10 times. But yeah, your mom was on her Erica Kane. Her Erica Kane, right? So then they do both discuss Tom and Erica. That was a running thing with this episode. Let's discuss Tom and Erica. I'm tired of talking about Tom and Erica. Fuck Erica. Ooh, not Erica. Fuck Tom. Why did I say fuck Erica? Like, fuck Tom. That's all I gotta say is fuck Tom. But they both hope that, Erica knew nothing about what Tom did. Allegedly. We're gonna put allegedly. You know what I really want to say? I really want to stop saying allegedly. I really do. A part of me just wants to say stop saying allegedly. I just want to stop saying it, but I know to protect myself, I need to say allegedly, but I don't feel like it's alleged. Allegedly, we're gonna still say allegedly, but my viewpoint, if it's true, Tom, you ain't shit. But like I said, I'll talk about Erica in just a minute. We will definitely discuss Erica. All right, guys. So let's get to this dinner party from hell, right? I don't really know if it was a dinner party from hell. It was just an awkward ass dinner party. So all the ladies start to show up, right? Rena. Rena looks better when she has her hair flat down. Even though I know some of it was up, but Rena looks better with her hair down. Because this cockatoo look that she be walking. I've been seeing, Rena has had this look for at least 20, Rena has had this same look for the last 20 years. Rena has had this look since she was on Days of Our Lives. And I started watching Days of Our Lives in 2000. And we are in 2021. Rena has had this same fucking hairstyle for 21 years. Girl, I know sometimes, you know, girl, you should really try different. I mean, you wear different wigs. You should wear a wig every day. Just saying. So, Sutton, what the hell did you have on? That looked a hot throw up ass mess, right? So, the ladies go and sit down, right? So, Dorit said she needed to go to the restroom. So, that was Sutton's opportunity to want to talk to Erica, right? So, she says to Erica, can we talk? Erica said, well, she asked Erica, is she, Erica says, what are you trying to do? She says, you made your position very clear, and I don't need to clear the air with you at all. I was like, well, okay, Erica. Can I be mad at Erica for that one? Absolutely not, right? If I feel that you already done made your point clear to me about where you stand and how you feel, we don't have to have a conversation about it, period. Like, we can wrap that up. So I'm with Erica on that one. I will give Erica that one. Definitely will give her that one, right? So then they all finally sitting at the table, right? They're eating. So then Dorito decides that she wants to take the opportunity to talk to Garcelle. Oh, Garcelle, I don't really like to have conflict with my friends. And, I felt really shitty. I was so happy with Kathy. Kathy was like, Dorito, is it what we're not gonna do this right here, right? No. We're not gonna talk about that. Let's move this. Let's change the subject. I was like, thank you, Kathy, for changing the subject, right? Now, mind you, at the dinner table, there's a bell, right? Who has the bell? Rena has the bell. So Rena rings the bell. She's like, I don't want to play a game. I'm like, no, Rena. This is not the time, Rena. You know what? Andy Cohen, and whoever their production company is, damn it, is Kim healthy? Like, is Kim, I don't know if Kim is even in a good space in her life. Because every time I see Kim Richards, I really don't believe that Kim Richards is sober. I hate to say it. But the last few times that I've saw Kim Richards, I think the last time I saw Kim, she was on Watch What Happens Live. They brought some people. Yes, it was Watch What Happens Live. I think it was BravoCon. The last time I saw Kim Richards, I was looking at Kim, I'm like, damn, Kim still ain't well. But I don't think Kim, I think Kim, the last few times I saw Kim just does not look well. Kim doesn't look well to me. Kim looks like she's still addicted, unfortunately. I could be wrong, but that's just what I get. Even the season that Rena said that Kim was on her deathbed, rude as fuck to say, I was looking at Kim that season. I'm like, Kim doesn't look. I'm like, even at that reunion that season where Kim was talking about how sober she was, I'm like, the fuck you are? You do not look anything sober. You look like you are strung out. Not on drugs, but on alcohol or whatever you do. You look like you are going through it. I just wish they would bring Kim back to put Rena in her fucking place. Like, I really wish that would happen. Y'all know I'm a Rena fan, but I just want Kim to put Rena in her place. Okay. So, Rena wants to go around the table, which unfortunately they didn't even make it around the table. So she's going to pass the bell on. And if you feel like you need to clear the air with somebody, then I guess you'll do that, right? So the person was, so how they're sitting, and I don't know how the camera, I don't know if the camera, flipped it or not, but from how it was on camera, Rena was sitting at the end of the table. Sutton was to her right. So she passed the bell to Sutton, right? So Sutton wants to address Erica. She says she tried to talk to Erica, and Erica says that I don't care about her opinion. And Kyle says, well, Sutton, you should tell her. She's like, you don't know what my opinion is. And Kyle says, well, maybe you should tell her what your opinion is, right? So Erica tells Sutton to stop speaking on her life. I'm like, well, she's not really speaking on your life per se. She's speaking on this court case, which is, it's a part of your life. It's a part of your life right now, but it's not your life per se. So Erica says her life doesn't affect Sutton, and Dorit chimes in and says, well, that's not true. And she's like, well, what do you mean it's not true? I'm like, oh, now Dorit don't want to pop up like some popcorn and say what the fuck she's been saying when she was at her house. Like, now so is this the real Dorito? First of all, lose that fake ass accent. So Erica's like, what do you mean? She says, well, anytime there's an autocorrection and our names are dragged in it. Okay. So now you finally speaking up, but you still not saying what you said the other day. Shout out to Garcelle for that one. You still not saying what you said, right? Because what you said was about the victims. That's shitty, right? To do this to the victims. And once again, I'm going to keep repeating and re-emphasizing that I don't believe that Erica knew full well what Tom was doing. But again, I just don't believe that Erica was as oblivious as she would like us to believe, right? I don't believe Erica was as oblivious as she would like us to believe. So oh God, this is where I got pissed off. This is where I got pissed off, right? Like, this is where I got pissed off. I'm going to try my heart, because when I was watching this scene, I wasn't even thinking about Erica. I was thinking about the victims, and it took everything out of me not to just break down and cry. Because Erica, at this point, the tears started running down her face. I'm like, girl, the fuck? And Garcelle's like, but that is human nature to, kind of wonder, what is going to, if I'm going to be implicated in this, which that is human nature. Like, if a family member isn't, like, if you have a family member that sells drugs, right, but you don't sell drugs, and you're at the house and a drug bust happens, right, aren't you going to worry about, like, damn, am I going to be a part of this, although I'm not selling the drugs? Like, you're going to worry about anytime someone is involved with law, you're going to wonder, am I going to be implicated in this? Like, you wonder about that, right? But Erica's over there crying. And the whole time I'm like, but you crying. You're making yourself out to be a victim, Erica. Now, yes, you are a victim of what Tom did, but you're not the victim. There are people, okay. People lost their lives, right? This is me being serious. People lost their lives. Like, the man that his house caught on fire, his girlfriend, she died in that fire. He's the only survivor of those fires. And even still, he has medical conditions that he can't even afford to pay for because Tom took his fucking money. And then the woman that even linked his mother to Tom, her son who got killed and who died because of that motorcycle. She lost her son. Her son died. She got a settlement money. Now, no amount of money will ever replace a loved one, right? It's not going to replace them. But it could set up for them to have a better life for themselves, right? And then if they have any medical expenses or anything that they need to have taken care of in their lives, it's taken care of. But no, Tom took their motherfucking money and gave it to Erica. He put it into her businesses, her career, right? Like, that's fucked up. And I'm not coming down on Erica. I am not coming down on Erica. Like I said, I do not believe that Erica knew what Tom was doing. But girl, once you found out what he did, here's my thing. You took shit from the house, right? That shit that you took from the house, why don't you go and sell that shit? All the shit that you got that's worth buku amounts of money, go sell some of that shit. Get rid of it. Sell the shit. Create the orphans. You got people's family died on a plane crash. These kids have no families. They're probably in foster care. But even with foster care, they mistreat kids. But that's a different story. You still took money from people. You took money from people who were in fucked up situations, and you gave it to your wife. That is disgusting. There is a special place in hell for Tom Girardi. There is a very special place in hell for him, right? So Erica's over there crying, and Garcelle's like, don't do that. She tried to wipe the tear. And then she's like, you can get your hands off me. I would have told her, fuck you. Because like I said, it's human instinct to wonder, can they come after me? What can I be implicated in this? Can they say that, because let's just say Erica and Tom loaned some money to Rena, to Kyle, to Dorit. If they found out that you loaned money to them, they're like, oh, so you were part of this as well, right? So it's just human nature to wonder. It's really human nature to wonder, right? Now, Rena, I'm going to need Rena to shut the fuck up. Rena is so defensive of Erica. But did you extend that same grace to the likes of Denise? Did you give that same grace to Vanderpump? Did you give that same grace to who else? Who else have you wronged on the show? Kim Richards. Have you ever apologized to Yolanda Hadid? Well, is it Hadid? Yeah. Have you extended that grace to Yolanda for Munchausen's? Like, Rena, shut up. I'm just gonna need Rena to shut the fuck up. So Sutton. Now Sutton, I've been on your side for some episodes now, right? Been on your side. I've been on your side. But you lost me in this episode, right? But all the ladies lost me. All the ladies are losing me and pissing me off, right? Because y'all want to pacify Erica. Y'all are pacifying Erica. It's, oh, Erica, I'm so sorry about this. Oh, what can we do to help you? Oh, this, oh, that. Once again, what are they doing? They're making Erica out to be the victim. Erica's the victim. Erica is the victim. Erica's the victim. No, Erica is not the victim. The victims are the actual victims. I'm going to keep saying this until the cows come home. I'm going to mention the victims in every review until the reunion. And even at the reunion, I'm going to continue to mention the victims, because actually they're getting ready to film the reunion pretty soon, because Andy just posted. If you guys want to ask questions for the reunion, go over to Andy's Twitter page. I think he might have posted it yesterday or the day before. If you guys have any questions for the Housewives, go over there to Andy's Twitter page. It's at Andy. Leave your questions for him. But I'm going to keep mentioning the victims until the reunion. Literally. We're going to talk about the victims. We're going to keep discussing them. I'm not easing up off of this. We're always going to discuss the victims. Now, like I said, Erica is a victim, but Erica was not victimized to the point of Tom stealing money from you. That was your money. That was their money, not his. Now, yes, lawyers take a cut. They get their percentage. They get their percentage from, their cases that they do. But you don't take all these people's fucking money. And then when they ask you about their money, oh, I'm not the bad guy. Yes, you are. You're worse than the bad guy. You're the devil. So Sutton, let's talk about Sutton, right? So Sutton, she backtracked, right? Because you guys remember, I just told you earlier that Sutton said that when she saw Erica again, she was going to tell Erica that she thinks she's lying. But now Sutton says that she's softened to Erica. Girl, no. We are not softening to Erica. We're not softening to Erica because I don't believe, I'm going to keep it real with you guys. I believe this much of what Erica is saying. That's how much of what I believe, of what Erica's saying, I believe, right? I do believe that Erica and Tom came up with a plan with this divorce. I really do. It's too convenient. Because if the man was cheating on you, you knew the man was cheating on you, why didn't you leave the man? You don't have a prenup. So there's nothing. So in the state of California, if I'm not mistaken, it's the half rule, right? So you would have got half of his. Well, there's nothing to get at this point. But if you left then, before the lawsuits came, you would have left with some money. Then you also said the credit cards, right? But you also said in the one episode that you didn't have a debit card. That Tom gave you the money. Then the car crash. His ankle broke, but his ankle wasn't broke. He was unconscious for 12 hours. That's what I'm talking about. Erica cannot keep track of her lives. But that's it, you guys. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. This is a lengthy review. I didn't mean for it to be lengthy, but I just gotta speak up. I gotta speak up for the victims at this point, because none of these ladies are doing it. None of these ladies are really speaking up for the victims. They are, but they're not. They mention the victims, but then they go back to defending Erica and trying to be on Erica's good graces, which I don't know why. But let me know what you guys thought about the episode. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell button so you guys are notified when I drop anything else. And share the video. Until the next one, you guys stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Remember, wash your hands, wear a mask, socially distance, be blessed, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.